Devastating visuals there. In KZN, land surveyors are expected to descend on that town of Ladysmith to ascertain just how to rebuild following major flooding in the CBD. The town in the Alfred Duma Local Municipality and surrounding areas has been besieged by torrential rain for several days now. No fatalities have been logged in the area. Across the province, 25 people, though, have died due to severe storms. Newzroom Afrika's Karinda Jagmohan is on that flooded ground there for us, and she joins us now live. Karinda, we just brought our viewers that devastating imagery there of the CBD in Ladysmith, some buildings submerged sort of halfway up their front doors. What are you seeing since what happened overnight?
Yes, Michelle, indeed devastating time for the people of Ladysmith. Now, overnight the water has somewhat receded back into the river that had overflowed, causing these floods. My colleague Spore will show you the scenes now, but only slightly receded you can see, for lack of better term here, because the road has been turned into a river itself, the edge of this where the water has somewhat receded. Now, the fortunate part is that there is clear skies expected today, meaning there will be no rainfall to contribute to this flooding. However, tomorrow there's an 80% chance of rain. Still, residents are unable to open their stores to get to the other side of the bridge. In fact, next to me are employees of the Spar supermarket that is flooded, and there's no way they're going to be able to even open their doors because of the way that it's submerged in water. They actually came here earlier. We saw them taking pictures of their store. They won't be able to return to work and open their business for some time, and of course will have to further recover from the damage caused by these floods. We do understand, and like you mentioned, that land surveyors will be on the ground today. That's according to the Alfred Duma Local Municipal Mayor who spoke to us yesterday. He said that as they try to rebuild, the aim now is to ascertain how to rebuild in such a manner that these floods do not occur once again. There's been flooding last year in February and the year before due to the severe storms. One of the major issues is that the town itself, or the CBD, lies beneath the level of the river itself, and so when the river overflows or the river bank collapses, the water comes into the town. And of course, as you can see behind me, there is an issue with the drainage systems here. The mayor himself would not concede to that fact, but clearly the drainage systems are unable to handle such an event where there's mass or major flooding occurring. And of course, with this town, or the CBD, being so close to the river, it is understood now that this is something that needs to be attended to, especially because we are seeing these weather patterns change so regularly. Fortunately, like you mentioned, there have been no fatalities recorded here in Ladysmith. Overall, across the province, unfortunately, 25 people have died due to the constant severe storms. We've seen these bouts of storms happening. And here, we understand 70 people, more than 70 people, were evacuated from shops, from some of the houses that are on Forbes Street, just across where you can see the bridge is. And that street has been completely submerged in water. Some of the residents had to stay overnight at a sports complex set up for them. Private organizations, of course, have been coming along to assist with relief aid. But overall and across the province, Michelle, more than 3 billion rand will be needed to repair this critical infrastructure, not just here in Ladysmith, but overall at the towns that have been impacted by this severe storms and, of course, the localized flooding that followed the torrential rain. It's still a devastating town around me and behind us. Many people, employees or owners of the stores here, are gathered just kind of watching what's happening and trying to understand what will be the way forward for them. Some of the officials said only when the water recedes will they be able to understand the damage that has been caused and how they can recover these economic structures.
Absolutely. Karinda Jagmohan, thanks very much indeed for that update. Very importantly, land surveyors and engineers will also be visiting the area today. Of course, the issue of drainage systems in Ladysmith and around the country, that remains top of mind as we prepare for climate change and its ongoing effects.
Absolutely, without a doubt. We're starting to see what many people are calling the very first impact of, the major changes in the world's climate, so to speak.